What if the Group of Five had its own college football playoff? Which team would have won the Group of Five championship over the last 10 years of the college football playoff era? Let's take a look at that in this video. We'll start in 2014, where I think the Broncos were far and away the best Group of Five team. They ended up beating Arizona in a BCS Bowl that year, and so I think they'll beat a good Marshall team. Shout out Rakeem Cato. In 2015, Houston was just also a monstrous team. They ended up beating Florida State in their BCS Bowl game, and I think they would have had no issues winning a Group of Five championship. So all chalk through the first two seasons. But in 2016, a Matt Rhule coach squad that was just in the Group of Five playoffs the year prior, I think they could go on a run and win things versus a South Florida team that would be pulling off the upset over a Western Michigan team that wasn't truly tested during the regular season. They got a couple of Big Ten wins, but those two teams ended up having really bad years. In 2017, I think UCF is the obvious choice. The Broncos could give them a run for their money, but I think the Knights are the team that's going to win it in 2017. In 2018, I think UCF goes back-to-back against a Group of Five field that was having a bit of a down year. UCF would be really unrivaled in 2018. In 2019, I think the Broncos bounce back and go through App State and Memphis to win a championship game. If you look at the Broncos' resume that year, it was pretty undeniable that they would have made a run like this. In 2020, you've got Coastal Carolina in the mix, which is really fun. And yes, Cincinnati was really solid that year, but I also think the Chanticleers were kind of a team of destiny, and so I'm rocking with them just because of the vibes they had. I know they ended up losing the bowl game, but at that point, I think they had opt-outs. There was weirdness in 2020, so give me Coastal Carolina. In 2021, Louisiana had a really solid squad, but Cincinnati at this point was too good. There's no one beating Cincinnati in 2021. In 2022, there were some really top-tier contenders. UCF returns to the fray. UTSA makes their first Group of Five playoff appearance, but I think Troy wins it. They were a pretty star-studded squad that season. If you look back at their roster, it was ridiculously talented, and Tulane lost to Southern Miss, a Sun Belt opponent that Troy ended up beating. In 2023, I think the Sun Belt makes it back-to-back with James Madison, basically a team of destiny. Let's put them in there. You look at the guys in that roster, it's ridiculous with Curt Cignetti coaching them. I trust them to beat Liberty, pull off the upset, and be the first 4 seed to win a Group of Five title. And then in 2024, I think the Broncos win it. Another year where I think it's going to be pretty one-sided. The Broncos, a team that was far and away the best Group of Five team this last season. So here's the list of teams I think would have won the Group of Five championship by season. The Broncos leading the way with 3 titles, UCF with 2, and then a bunch of other teams with 1 title. Let me know down in the comments, which team do you think would have won each of these seasons?